In the external surface of the heart, still we should be able to identify right atrium, left ventricle, and right ventricle. First thing that I would like to mention is on the anterior of both atria, we have these small tiny elevations that we call them auricles. Auricles add to the capacity of the atria. So basically atria can receive more volume of blood, and as a result, they can send more volume of blood into the ventricles. So think about auricles as a little bit extra storage, extra space. Then we notice that on the external surface of the heart, we have some grooves. For example, I can see a groove here between the two ventricles. But I would like to start with the groove that sits between atria and ventricles. This is a deep groove, and it goes through in circles most of the heart, as you can see. I got back exactly here. This very long groove that is exactly at the border of atria and ventricles is called coronary sulcus. And that would be the place for coronary blood vessels and also some fat tissue. The groove that we have between the two ventricles is a shallow groove, and this groove on the anterior side is called anterior interventricular sulcus. And if I continue anterior interventricular sulcus, on the back of the heart, I have posterior interventricular sulcus. Right now, it doesn't look like a groove because it is filled with fat tissue and also some blood vessels. So we have total of 3 sulci. We have coronary sulcus, posterior interventricular, and anterior interventricular. Now that we know about the sulci, we are ready to talk about the coronary arteries. Recall that coronary arteries are branches emerging from ascending aorta. So here I can see the beginning of right coronary artery, and here I see the beginning of left coronary artery. And to see the branches of the 2 coronary arteries, I put back this piece. I start with the left coronary artery that sits inside the coronary sulcus, and then I see it has a very large branch here. This branch extends through the anterior interventricular sulcus, and that's exactly what we name it, anterior interventricular artery. This is an artery that sends oxygenated blood to both ventricles. The other name for anterior interventricular artery would be left anterior descending artery, LAD. The other branch of the left coronary artery would be this branch that continues through coronary sulcus. Basically, it sits between left atrium and left ventricle. That's called circumflex branch. It supplies the left side of the heart. The right coronary artery goes through the coronary sulcus, and here we have some branches that we call them marginal branches. They supply the right ventricle with oxygenated blood, and then when I continue the right coronary artery, I end up with the posterior interventricular branches. These branches supply the 2 ventricles on the posterior side. So these are some of the major branches of the coronary arteries that supply the wall of the heart with oxygenated blood. When blood becomes deoxygenated, basically the cells that form the wall of the heart use oxygen and fill blood with carbon dioxide, then we have several veins. They collect the deoxygenated blood from different parts of the wall, but eventually all these veins empty the deoxygenated blood that they collect from the wall of the heart into the coronary sinus, this vein that sits inside the coronary sulcus. And we know that coronary sinus empties the deoxygenated blood into the right atrium.